Hello guys, I'm super glad you're here. Today we'll be talking about few things in general. Basically, I've been working for a startup since like 30 days and I'll be sharing my experience as well as what are the pros and cons of working in a startup basically. So that's the core idea of this video. So let's get started basically. So the first thing, working for a startup is amazing. It's a different kind of feeling, right? So it's like, first of all, let's start with, what all things you basically require from a job, basically. First thing would be job security, right? There are many things like the kind of work which you do, how much work you have to do, the work-life balance. These things are really core in actually finding a job which could, which you like, basically, right? So now let's start by discussing what are the pros and what are the benefits of actually working with a startup. The first is like you learn a lot. I think this is the biggest benefit, right? So you are given a lot of work to do and you learn a lot basically. There are a lot of new technologies you are able to explore. There are a lot of new ways you have to tackle problems with, right? You are given very difficult scenarios, very difficult problems, and you have to take responsibility for the work which you do. So like there is like not a lot of supervision, I'll say. There's not a lot of your code will be not thoroughly reviewed, I'll say, but you'll have to take a responsibility of your code. That's what's happening with me. So you'll have to check your code and you have to make sure that it works in a production environment. The next biggest benefit of working with a startup is, the innovation inside you is really like motivated. You need to find solutions, unique solutions to the problem which is offered by the company. The best part of working with a startup is you actually work directly with the founders of the company. So you are actually under the, I'll say, the top level like if CEO, you consider CEO as an employee, you work under the top level employees, and thus you learn a lot about leading a company, about taking like how they are taking decisions. So if you if in future you tend to start your own company, you'll learn a lot because you're directly watching these founders growing their companies. The next biggest thing is the flexible working hour. Like let's say you are given some work and you just finish it within like 2 days, 2 hours. So you are free basically, right? So you can work anytime which you want. You can just ask from your, like it's much more flexible in always, right? Atmosphere is a lot more casual. It's not like you have to be a very, very professional in order to work with startup. Yeah, I know you'll not get all those canteens, all those free foods, all those skateboards in the office, but the working environment is quite amazing because everybody is like passionate to make the product work basically. Next thing is job satisfaction. If you love what you do, and basically you will have amazing job satisfaction in basically a startup. You will be given value for the work which you do. So I don't know why this is flickering now. So you basically get the credit, like you can recognize that this is the thing which I made, right? So which generally does not happen in a big MNCs, right? This is also a very big thing which you get in a startup. Now let's talk about few things which are not very good about startups. The first is the workload is too heavy. It's not totally true basically. Sometimes at the peak time you get like during the launch, or if you are running too late on your timelines, then you might have a lot of work. Otherwise it's okay. You'll not be given extra work after the working hours. So that's the thing. So yeah, during working hour you have to work on heavy problems and you have to work constantly. So that's one thing to keep in mind. One, I'll say cons. It's not fully a cons, but you can consider it to be. Next thing is the biggest concern with startup is the job security. So basically a lot of startups start but they don't end well. So yeah, that is a very big issue, I'll say, but it's okay. I think you, after like initially once you get enough experience in a startup company, you can basically move on. And the biggest benefit, if the startup company actually grows to a very large company in future, let's say Facebook was someday a startup, right? So your salary basically skyrockets. It's amazing if you do that, because you are among the first employees in the company. So that is also a very amazing thing about startup. Even in bad I'm discussing good because I am into a startup. So yeah, that is my perspective, right? So yours could be different. I totally agree. the salaries vary, you know, they don't pay you as much as the MNCs actually pay you, but yeah, because they have limited resources. But yeah, you'll have to like that is your social life. So basically, as you have a lot of work, your social life might be a little bit disturbed, you'll say, because you don't get enough time to interact with your friends, with your family. So that is also a con which I see in startups. If I just have to give the summary, I'll say startup is an amazing place to start up your career. If you are like, if you get chance to work with a startup for 1-2 years, it is amazing. Like, as I am a software engineer, I'll not say it is only about learning software technologies and how to make software. You also learn how to lead a company, how decisions are taken, how to actually grow a company in general. So that's also a very, very amazing thing. So that's all from me here. I hope so you like this video, and if you like this video, then enjoy. Thank you. And you will get a lot more video on programming, so don't worry about that series, you know, the blogging app series, I'll be continuing. You'll get a lot of video in like today and tomorrow. So basically that's what it is. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day. Bye bye.